hello. Is it me you're looking for? Mama, mama, mama. Mama, 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 mama. Mama, 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 mama. Mama. Hey guys, it's your best fight friends. That's Rachel and I'm Kelsey, and we're here to talk about UFC 262.
Kelsey's back.
I'm back. Did you want to touch me? I was cage side for the fight. I want to talk about Charles Oliveira, the new UFC lightweight champion. Rachel, his win over Michael Chandler. What an impressive. First of all, what a heck of a fight. Was there live, like I said. Watched it again on pay-per-view when I got home.
Watched
Man, it was back and forth. It seems like every moment you're like, uh-oh, Charles Oliveira's about to win. Uh-oh, Michael Chandler's about to win. And then just when I thought I had things figured out, the opposite happened. Charles Oliveira stops him, hits him with that, I think it was a left hook, and then finished him. What an amazing, amazing performance by Charles Oliveira, a guy who's been around a long time, who's won, an incredible, 8 or 9 fights in a row now in the lightweight division, who started in the UFC at a young age, who's built himself into the best lightweight in the world, and he's like 31. He's still like in his prime as a human being, as a human fighter. This is the age of Charles Oliveira, Rachel, and I'm just glad to be living in it.
How was it being at UFC 262?
It was amazing. The crowd was obviously there. It was a big crowd on hand for the fight. The fight was excellent. The fights were fun. Both guys, the whole week I was impressed with both Charles Oliveira and Michael Chandler, just on how they represent themselves, who they are as human beings. And even before, I don't know if they showed it on TV, but before the fight, when Charles Oliveira came in, Michael Chandler was already in the ring, and Charles Oliveira came around and they hugged each other, embraced each other before their fight. I don't think I've seen that before, so that was different. I loved it. Total respect and admiration they both have for each other, and I have that same thing for them. So a rising tide of respect and admiration lifts all ships in the UFC. At least it did that night. I think it was amazing. It was so great. And then even after the fight, in the post-fight press conference, both fighters were just so respectful of each other and just, I don't know, I just loved everything about it.
I saw a little bit of the post-fight for both of them, press conference for both of them, but a little bit of Michael Chandler. And for me, it allowed me to get a glimpse of Michael Chandler in such a way that it seemed very genuine. And we've talked about this off camera. I wasn't sure coming into this with some of the, you had the promotional material, where you learn about Michael Chandler and his family and all this. And then the way he comes in the ring with the American flag and the way he speaks. I wasn't sure about just how genuine, is that him, or is these talking points, or these things that he's taking on to build his career or whatever it is.
Yeah, because we don't know. He's got the American flag and he says all the right things, but you don't ever really know. And I think what you're getting at is that this gave you a chance to see if it's real, and you're saying it looks real.
Yeah, and his post-fight, at the post-fight press conference, he was able to share, right? That's what he's there for, and in adversity, to come off a loss, a really hard loss, where you
hear the emotion in his voice was cracking. He had so much emotion, but there he was standing in that and still delivering the same things about falling and getting back up. Saying the same stuff he said before the fight. It's easy to say that when you're winning.
Yeah.
If you can say the same thing after a failure, that to me is the real deal.
Well, and what I especially liked was that it seemed that he had things in the right order for his life, or what I think is a healthy order, in that his family is his top priority.
It was nice.
So it was really nice to see that. I also got to see Oliveira, right, who's coming in, enjoying this win, winning this belt, right? And I said this Saturday night in the reaction show, I honestly think these guys may have been ranked 3 and 4, but seeing them both fight, so I think that they might be the top 2 guys in the division. As ridiculous as it is to have 3 and 4 fight for the title, if I just take that away, I think that these are the top two guys. I can't think of like other guys right now where I'm like, well, I think that they might have won or something. Like I honestly, like, I just don't.
They both
like,
look so good.
Seeing these guys and Oliveira, like, I can't help but pick up on his genuineness because he is a interesting dude.
He's awesome. He's awesome. He's also like, awesome outside of the cage. I love who he is and all the stuff he says. He's fun to watch fight too. What a great fighter he is.
Yeah.
Like a complete fighter who
very
can
skilled.
do everything. Very, very skilled.
How in the world he got out of that? I mean, I'm gonna call it a headlock. I don't know what it is,
was the
but
guillotine. Yeah. How did he? And then he's very durable. He's very like he came back. It was a comeback. It was a comeback.
He got cut, like, and it was a significant cut.
I mean, it was it was an amazing performance. And yeah, after the fight, I was like, man, it's a shame he never got to fight Khabib Nurmagomedov.
Yeah.
Because this guy, or actually both of these guys, like that would have been. I know Khabib's retired and he's one of the best ever, and we wish him the best. We're not saying he should come back, but there's still a lot of good fights in the division with Dustin Poirier, Conor McGregor, Justin Gaethje. These guys, RDA's there too, former champion. I think at number 5. I want to see everybody fight everybody, and you got guys coming up too. So this is a stacked division full of stars, and Charles Oliveira is the brightest shining star right now. And congrats to him, amazing.
Yeah, it is amazing, and I was pretty neutral coming into this fight. And then one thing that made me feel super connected to Oliveira was I was sitting there at the ceremonial weigh-in, and you were up with the media people, so I was actually sitting between two strangers who turned out they weren't strangers to each other. They were together.
They just didn't want that middle seat.
Nobody wanted that middle seat, so I sat in between a couple who talked across me during that whole time. Anyway, it was pretty funny. In that promotional video, Oliveira, he's with his team, his family, and they're in this like place, but they just seem to have everything they need for him to train, and they just get in there and do it. But they did like their all hands in, and they said 1, 2, 3, Jesus. Like that was their thing.
That's the quickest way to Rachel's heart.
Well, I was like, I love Jesus too. So, and not everybody shares that thing, but what it made me feel like is when I heard that and saw it, and it was unexpected and such a familial thing with Jesus to be done.
And they did it on camera.
And it seemed heart-filled, and then I was like, oh, this is my family. That's what it makes me feel like. I'm like, I don't know these people. I've never met them. We don't speak the same language. By me, I was like, that's my family. But I love
you, Charles Oliveira.
Like, there was something about that moment that made me feel like
you were there,
close.
like, Jesus.
Yeah, it was just cute and sweet, and I just loved it.
Yeah, well, it was great. It was a great night, a great, awesome fight, and I'm excited to see what comes next.
I'm a little bit worried that Charles Oliveira is some kind of alien, seeing him at the post-fight press conference within his crazy suit, and he's got his belt on.
He was so happy.
But like, he has this way of standing. Like, I don't know how this is gonna look.
It's like a superhero almost.
But like, he stands, but like kind of like with his rounded, but he's got like, I can't even explain it. Go look at some pictures of Charles Oliveira with that belt. But like, I was like, is he an alien? Like, his body is
awesome.
just...
He's also, like, wearing he's a sunglasses at night type of dude. And it wasn't just after the fight. He did that before the fight, too, at the stuff. I'd be like, why is he wearing sunglasses in here? I wear my sunglasses at night. He's awesome. I love him. Also love Michael Chandler. These are two guys that you can really get behind. I can't wait to see
I'm excited to see them both. I'm excited for this whole division, and I am eager. We're gonna get to see a rematch between Dustin and Conor, but I'm eager to see more guys fighting in this division. Like, let's not have any holdups. Let's just like get fights done and put our egos to the side, and that's all that I want. This is a deep division. I want to see lots of fights in it. Do you, Kelsey?
I do too. Who else wants to see lots of fights? It's Real Talk with Kelsey and Rachel. Rachel, that segue didn't make much sense, but segues don't have to make sense. All they have to do is work, and that's all we do here at Real Talk. Rachel, tell the people what they've won.
Just more Real Talk. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.